As I sat there, watching over her in a vexed manner, the door chimes sounded repeatedly, and suspicious-looking people filed in one after another. Seeing how they were coming over after noticing Karasu, I deduced they were people attending the offline meeting. Oh god, 30 people. Yo, Karasu! As beautiful as always! Long time no see to you too, Maru. I'm so excited! We have such karmic dispositions, oh god. Honestly, if those is the first, if you ever meet, okay, if I'm gonna have a meeting ever, which will probably never ever happen, and if your first words are something along the lines of karmic disposition, I'm gonna kick you out personally myself. Who the fuck opens with that sentence, okay? Yeah, we have karmic dispositions. What the fuck? As such conversations continued, my seat in the back of the family restaurant slowly became surrounded by activity. Every now and then, I would see a familiar face, but most I had never seen before. I'd actively been participating in offline meetings in Tokyo, and that I continued seeing new faces en masse each time made me realize how deep the world of the occult was. Just after 11, the group that had gathered at the back of the family restaurant with the odd interest had passed 30. Oh god. I feel like we should, have a checklist, like, alright, who are you from the forum boards or whatever, the meeting boards, and then that way we can track down who the fuck Yoichi is. Or rather, I picked the family restaurant figuring there'd be 10, so this was a pretty big transgression. The looks from the waitresses passing awkward smiles at me hurt. Yeah, imagine we're like, yeah, I'd like a table for 10 please, and then actually 3 times the amount of people show up, and then you're just like, well, shit. Are there more coming? I quietly asked Karasu, who was engaging in friendly chat with our other attendants, and she was a bit blushed as she responded. It's way too late now. There are a bunch of people who show up without saying anything, so there'll probably be a few more. That's problematic. This might scare away Yoichi too. She commented lightly, but this might really be troublesome. So, which one's Yoichi? As expected, not even an hour passed before the conversation blew past the house that grants wishes. This is not it's kind of sad, This guy actually went on these forum boards to ask for help, like, guys, please help me. I'm so scared about my house. What the fuck? What the fuck was that? Is it? Okay, thank God. It's. I thought I heard like a water drop fall, but it's like the sound inside the game. Oh fuck! Why am I playing this at night? Why am I freaked out right now? Anyway, what was I going to say? Right, this guy was like, he's actually desperately asking for help, and then at the beginning, yeah, like, alright, 10 people were willing to help him out, but now his entire meeting just all becomes about Yoichi and not about his house anymore, and they're just like, guys, remember what we're here for? Like, shut up, we're here for Yoichi. The countless occult veterans crammed into the family restaurant. Each looked around them, frantically looking for the accursed Yoichi. Alright, I propose introducing ourselves, said the middle-aged man going by the handle Professor with his blushed face. Seeing empty beer mugs scattered around his table revealed how drunk this person was, and then in response, others chanted, "Yeah, let's do it!" and one by one stood up and gave a greeting. If I were that guy just now, right? The guy that needs help, I would probably be like one of the last ones, and I'm like, yeah, I'm Yoichi, and all you motherfuckers are gonna die. As at least half the participants were getting quite drunk, people began feeling less like occult maniacs, and more of a complete drinking party. First, I'm Professor. My preferred area of occult are stories from people of post-trauma ethnicity. Second, I'm Rabbit. I love folklore about Ryomen Sukuna-sama. Third, I'm Harley. I get excited about stuff related to ooh parts. At the moment, I'm researching Voynich manuscripts. What are they going first or second for? And why are Rabbit and Harley both jumping on the wagon? The occult maniacs were very playful, and so they began introducing themselves one by one, with incredibly loud volume. I alone seemed to be taking the brunt of the customers' glares from the rest of the restaurant. 7th, I'm Karasu. When she energetically stood up, a round of applause arose, and in response, she began socializing every which way, so I gave up. Come to think of it, it could be said that every offline meeting for Ikaigabuchi turns out this way, and so it's like a trade of the site. Here, Nagi-kun, it's your turn next. Urged by Karasu, I begrudgingly stood up. Alright, I'm Nagi, and I'm the reason all you motherfuckers are supposed to be here. But yeah, don't pay attention to me, that's fine. 8. I'm Nagi. I'm a university student. What type of occult do you like? I like anything wonderful. But right now, things related to ghosts. When I lightly responded to a question that had been flung at me, people began shouting, "You're too tightly wound! You need to drink more!" And someone ordered beer for me. Man, I'm still 18. I'm underage. I can't drink. Don't worry. I'll drink it. Just act like you're drinking, and they'll be appeased. Laughed Karasu as she smacked my butt with her palm. Oh, calm down, Karasu. Save it for later. Well, in any case, the 30 or so people introduced themselves like this. And the conclusion. No one was Yoichi. There was no one here who went by the handle Yoichi. Huh? So they didn't show up. I showed up to see Yoichi. Is anyone faking their handle? Said people one by one. But given that most had never seen each other, and that offline meetings weren't particularly rare, it was hard to figure out if anyone was lying. Well, since we've all gathered, can we discuss what the house that grants wishes is? I began, but Sue spoke over me. I think an old veteran of Ikaigabuchi who managed a liquor store and liked collecting things like the arms of Tengu and the shell of Kappa face in the chat. If I remember correctly, Yoichi might be a different handle of Krishna. Krishna, the Indian god? I was sighing, but reacted to that name. That would make sense, someone responded. If we summarize the rumors involving Yoichi, if you deal with Yoichi, you'll have a terrifying end. Yoichi isn't a living person. Those that meet Yoichi die 7 days later. Something like that? But we've never heard any specifics of anyone dying, and maybe certain threats were disappearing because Krishna was secretly joining the horror area investigations, is what I think anyways. I see, nodded even Karasu. Krishna hasn't been showing up lately either, so that'd make sense. Wait, please, I chimed in. Krishna as in the administrator of Ikaigabuchi Krishna? Everyone's met him? Met him, or rather, he's always showed up to meetings before. But he's not here today? You want to see him? Of course. What? The reason I became interested in the site Ikaigabuchi in the first place was being the person named Krishna was so fascinating. Of course, part of it was that I was interested in the occult from the start, but there was a different sort of attraction with Ikaigabuchi. That was apparent, for instance, by looking at the odd words at the top of the page. Things that bother people also bother ghosts. From the start, Ikaigabuchi was a site intended to soothe matters between people and ghosts. Most people can't see ghosts. That's why, regardless of our lack of ill intent, that we probably bother ghosts more than they do us was a perspective that was both fresh and unique. And as I read articles about renowned horror areas on Ikaigabuchi, my conviction deepened. Each article was filled with care towards ghosts, taking care to show respect towards both the living and the dead. This is one of the weirdest things that my mom has ever told me, right? Like, I am usually a big believer of seeing is believing, therefore I don't want to make I'm not gonna say like people that say that they've seen ghosts that they're lying, but I personally would only really, I remain skeptical until I've really seen it myself. But my mother once told me that she had actually seen the ghost of her dead father when she was younger, because her father, I believe, which was my grandfather now, of course, which I never met because he died way before I was born. But yeah, she saw his ghost, and for some, I don't know, when I first heard that, it just freaked me out. And it's not like my mom is a crazy person, So it was something that, first of all, I never expected her to say. Second of all, what do you even think? If a person that you've known for so long, right? For me, obviously, my entire life, would be weird if I didn't. But yeah, suddenly says that to you, and you're like about something that is so skeptical, It's like, it's hard for me not to believe her, but I would be like, I don't know. It was just the weirdest freaking thing I had ever heard from her, and I was just like, I don't know what to believe or even how to respond to that. That was just so weird. Cause I've never seen a ghost. I don't know if they are real. People say they are real. People say that they have seen ghosts. I don't freaking know. I guess. And I'm pretty sure most of us, or any of us, probably hasn't seen ghosts here either, right? Maybe people, I don't freaking know. But that's the weird thing about ghosts, It's just such a weird thing, because people say they've seen it, but then other people say like, oh yeah, you can't see it. Like, it sounds something that could so easily be made up as well. But I don't know, maybe it's just one of those things that is, even if it were made up, it's just we're making ourselves more scared than it actually is. That's something I'm very, very good at. I make myself very, very unnecessarily scared about things that sometimes are actually only not that scary at all, or maybe not even scary to begin with, but I'm really, really good at making it scary for myself. I always wondered, why are people afraid of ghosts? Perhaps some ghosts play tricks on people, while other ghosts say, come on, stop it, and are stepping in and intervening, yet no one ever thinks of that possibility. Maybe that sort of order is maintained by ghosts, and is why the vast majority of people live without ever being bothered by the supernatural. That paragraph struck a chord with me, in particular. That's a weird one. Because the thing you have to then think about is like the particular rules that then, imagine this, right? Because that's the thing that people usually say, that ghosts are living in the same world as we are, but we don't see them. So it's kind of like another layer on top of our world or something, I guess is the best way to explain it. But we can't really see them. And some people, the extremely gifted or whatever, they can, right? But some people say that only the evil ghosts stay behind because they have unresolved issues. That's usually like a very popular topic in horror movies, right? That's why they are evil ghosts, and they remain here on this world because they have unresolved issues here. That's what's keeping them from moving on to the afterlife or whatever. But like, imagine, just alone, look how many people there are alive in the world right now. I don't know how many billion, but it's a couple, right? I think. I don't even know. I just named a random number. But many, many more people than the ones that are currently alive have died as well. What if I'm surrounded by 10,000 of freaking ghosts right now who are all just like, half of them actually want to try and hurt me and kill me, and the other half are like, dude, no, chill out, don't do that, man, don't interfere with the living. Like, you know, that's actually scary to think about, and we actually can't see it, but that could be happening. I don't freaking know. See, now I'm making myself more scared again for nothing. It's just much more pleasant to think that I'm alone in my room right now with nothing else here. But that freaking sentence made me think like actually 10,000 of ghosts are in here, and they're all like, "Whoa." Actually, that's just me making that noise. Well, hope I didn't freak out anyone else. Of course not, nobody's as big of a pussy as me. These words moved me when I just arrived in Tokyo and hadn't met anyone I could call a friend. I realized more than ever that people were connected to other people through candor. It gave me courage that I could make do in Tokyo, where it's said that people's relationships with other people are often weak and deluded, where people try to avoid needless interaction with other people as much as possible. That was actually why I began participating in the site. I became attracted to the person named Krishna by their daily updates of the wonderful. His deep, yet wide-ranging knowledge of the occult, his in-depth, cool writing style, the truth that could be felt from each and every word. These were all things I lacked, and were packed with things that my soul needed right then. I'd gotten to the point where I felt like Krishna had become like my brother and father in Tokyo. And if I could, I wanted Krishna to investigate the house that grants wishes himself. How old is Krishna? What kind of person is he? Nagi-kun, you're stuttering. Calm down. Here, have a drink. Undeterred by the interruptions by Sue and others, I rephrased my question. Please, tell me, how could I meet him? However, the response to my question was an awkward silence by the 30. I think he won't show up at an offline meeting again. Why? Some things happened. Like what? Some things? Well, eventually, you'll find out. Leave it be for now. I only received vague responses like that. Aw, shit. What broke the silence at the family restaurant was Zippo, who I think worked as a programmer. I oppose that opinion. That opinion? Asked Karasu, and Zippo pushed his thick glasses up and slowly answered. That Yuichi and Krishna are the same person. That thought. What do you mean? Actually, I know of someone who's met Yuichi at an offline meeting. New? No or new? Cause the whole rumor about Yuichi is that they die within 7 days, right? So, new, I guess? Really? The gathering immediately rose in unison. What sort of person? How old? Guy? Girl? Which of line? They all asked, and Zippo quietly answered. The offline meeting was for an investigation of an abandoned hospital in the Tama prefecture about half a year ago. And what was Yuichi like? Well, I don't know. You don't know? Karasu asked, and Zippo swallowed once before answering. Because he's hospitalized. Hospitalized? Psychiatric ward. Oh god, no, he's fucking insane. And with that, the excited gathering returned to silence. It was as if something heavy had descended upon the seats. Hospitalized in a psychiatric ward. Is that Yuishi's fault? Asked Sue, and Zippo slowly shook his head. I don't know, but even after regaining consciousness, all he mumbled is Yuichi. And that's why I came to this meeting, because if Yuichi came, I wanted to ask what happened at that offline meeting. Everyone fell silent when Zippo stopped speaking. And then, the family restaurant was once again filled with stories of Yuichi. come to think of it, was the type of statement preceding conversations, as one after another tales of Yoichi leaked out from people. If I were to summarize such topics, bullshit? It seemed Yoichi infrequently appeared on the Ikaigabuchi forum. Its appearance was not common, but whenever it showed up, it would post in almost every thread, providing opinions on everything, regardless of how maniacal the topic. Given the time of appearance, Yoichi could be imagined as an occult maniac that was sitting in front of a computer almost 24 hours a day. It's probably twins brothers who like change shifts. Alright, you're gonna be sitting for the first 12 hours while I sleep, and the second brother is gonna be, doing the opposite, gonna be doing the second shift of the second 12 hours of the day, and then while the other one sleeps, they did the first shift. They just switch like that. That's why they're 24 hours a day online. It had knowledge of the supernatural to rival Krishna, but their posts showed no signs of sharing the ghost love that defined Krishna. If anything, they could be described as more eerie, as if a dead person had eerily joined the internet. Oh no, don't say that. Don't freaking say that. Maybe the rumors that Yoichi isn't a living person, they might be true after all, mumbled Jersey, who said he was a writer for a magazine. Oh, guess what's gonna be in the next issue of his magazine? Remember that thread that popped up some time ago? I'm a ghost, but do you have any questions? Like on Reddit, I'm a ghost. AMA, ask me anything. The one where IP traces and PC and hosts all came up empty, so people wondered whether it was real? I'm of the opinion that ethereal forms have good synergy with computers and digital equipment, because, brainwaves are weak electrical signals too. You do hear a lot of tales of ghosts writing online, really? How the fuck do they type? Then, that Yoichi, mumbled Sue in a summarizing way. We can't see it? But is it already here? Oh fuck! Those words sent a chill down my spine. Mine too! Oh god, what if he was here all along? I looked around the brightly lit store. It wasn't just me. It seemed like everyone felt something cold. Is he fucking in my room too? Oh god, I can count every goosebump on my arm right now. Where the fuck is he? After that, the gathering seemed to decide to avoid talking about ghosts. Good idea. Gradually, seats became arranged by topic as people broke off into areas of interest. As the host of the offline meeting, I wanted to bring back to the original topic, but I was certain no one remembered anything about my house. You might as well, the thread might as well just been called like, come here, maybe Yoichi shows up. Furthermore, Sue was telling fascinating, eerie stories that was too interesting to pass up. Unboxed bought from an antique store that could not be opened. Ghost stories involving paper money that found behind a painting on a hotel wall. A laughing girl who often spoke to a doll. Oh god, it's like all the stereotypical, oh shit. Each provided entertainment that could leave you sleepless when alone at night. Thank you! Fucking thank you! That's what I am right now. I won't be able to sleep tonight. Everyone forgot about time as they enjoyed the endless flow of occult discussions. And at around 1 a.m., the offline meeting dispersed. Wait a second. I chased Karasu as she flagged a taxi while glancing at the Ikaigabuchi members scattering in small groups. What about my house? The house that grants wishes? And then the useless fortune teller waved her hand with a completely flushed face. No problem, no problem. It's that, schema. And what else I was going to tell you? Something else, but I forgot. What do you mean, forgot? Was she suddenly so close? Don't worry. You have the mark of a meeting. See, she smacked my back and then happily jumped into the stop taxi, where she has a fascination with my butt for some reason. I stood there, dumbfounded, as I saw the taxi drive off. I wondered if it was alright to go home. Dude, do not go home. Please do not go home tonight. Spend another day in a trash bag for all I care. I don't fucking... Just don't go home. To that house. Oh shit. I didn't even press enter and we were already here. What the fuck? The house that grants wishes. Please tell me that was just, like, we're imagining the house in front of us and that we're not standing in front of it right now.